All right, do another little video here for something a little current. Makes me think I'm crazy, maybe delusional, just insane totally. Looking a little rough for wear. I drank a lot with some cousins. What was that? Thursday night, Thanksgiving. Drank a lot. Oh, wow. All day yesterday, Friday, was recovery, and now it's Saturday. So just trying to get over that. So yeah. But anyway, something interesting that came up. Let's see. Several months ago, I mentioned to my mother something about putting these videos out, all the strange, weird things in my life that nobody really knew about, strange things. And even at one point, I said, really, really stupid, strange stuff that's way out there that's just too impossible to believe, like pulling stars from the sky. I'll put out there. That was just a reference to meteors, looking for meteors in the sky, and for some weird reason, it just seems to time right while I'm watching it, or I don't know. It just works out that way. It's kind of weird. So it makes you think you're delusional and crazy, even mentioning something this far out. But it happened again Thursday night. So I thought 2 nights ago. So while we're drinking. Oh, by the way, alcohol, I try to stay away from. It dulls all this strange in my life. Usually nothing ever works right when I'm drinking. It messes with my head, my mind, my brain, and nothing really works. So it's a real stopper on all that kind of stuff. But I used to drink a lot in the younger days, not anymore, but we did. Cousins came in, Pink House down the river, and it was a nice night. We could see all the stars in the sky. You could see the Milky Way. No moon out, so it was really dark, and you could really see the stars really nicely. So we're up there, meteor watching. I think we saw one as a group. Saw one. Most of them didn't see it, but a couple of us did. I usually look up at the right times, I guess. I saw like five or so by this point. And one of my cousins, Tyler, and another lady over there, I think it was Shelley, I'm not sure, was over there and said they really want to see one. They've missed all of them so far. And so, knowing me and my strangeness, it's like I've done this kind of thing before. So what I did is I just stepped off into the darkness out in the field. I don't know if you've seen the other videos, but there's a field with a back there. So we had the firelight going. So I stepped out of the firelight so nobody could see me. And what I did is I actually got naked out there and talked to the sky and asked kind of for a bigger meteor that they all could see when they're looking up. And within a minute of me being out there, so I just stood out there, talked to the sky, and then a big one came overhead and they all saw it and got all excited. So I got dressed and came back to the group, and Tyler was standing up there. And yeah, Tyler, yeah. This is what it was. When I told you, yeah, I just gone out there, got naked. Y'all wanted some media, so I went out there, got naked, did a weird thing, and yay. Yeah, that kind of thing. He just kind of laughed, not believing that I actually went out and got naked. So I pulled my underwear out of my pocket because I didn't put that back on. I just put it in my pocket. Said, yep, I really did. See, really did. But that's what I was doing, was talking to the sky so they could see media, and they all got to see one. So that was a positive thing. The thing that makes you think you're delusional about all this kind of stuff, it's not the first time it happened. Even when I mentioned to Mom several months ago about putting this out and, talking about crazy things like pulling stars from the sky, I had even done this back in high school. I've done this several times, many times, and it works. I don't know why. I don't know if I've already mentioned in a video. I'll get over all this hangover kind of stuff eventually. I'm getting over it now. Really, yesterday was pretty rough, but it's still a little rough. Getting old, I guess. But anyway, it does make you think you're delusional. Things respond. I mean, things you wouldn't normally think should respond. It makes you crazy. Things like that. Calling for meteors and they show up. It's delusional, right? It's crazy, but it happens, and it just happens, and I don't know why. So it's interesting. I like to used to use the word coincidence in a previous video, and I use that a lot. It's just another coincidence, and that's one of the ways I get through my own personal daily life with being able to take another step forward and trying to convince myself these are all coincidences. It's not real. It can't be real. None of this kind of stuff can be real because I still haven't gotten into some of the weird, crazy, wild responsive things yet in all these videos, and already what I've put out there is way beyond what should be real. So it does make me think I'm crazy a lot when this stuff happens, and it does happen, and it happens very often. I'll put one out later about electricity and blowing street lights, so me and a friend can sit on the hood and watch meteors back in Allah when we are in high school. Did that, pulling meteors down to watch shooting stars and blowing city lights out, and I did that. So this isn't anything new, so I kind of knew I could do it. The reason I got naked because I'd been drinking, and I didn't think it'd work after I've been drinking that much, so I needed to be closer to nature kind of thing, and to do that, to get closer to nature, to be a part of everything. That is one of the reasons I put out videos earlier, and Country Boy talking about being naked in nature, and to make a better connection, I do that. And that's when I really talk to the sky and talk to everything, really. Reality. Talk to reality, if you want to call it, whatever you want. I talk to everything. So, and that did happen. So that was an odd thing that occurred again. But still trying to get over the hangover a little bit. There was something else I wanted to put in here. I can't think straight still too much. A little dehydrated still, but yeah, it does make you think you're crazy. Oh yeah, well, the danger is, for me, like I said, drinking alcohol dulls all these senses down to where a lot of this work, finding things, doing the coincidences, weird things, alcohol really dulls it and knocks it down a lot. The danger for me is with this is I look at AAA instead of the Alcoholics Anonymous and all that, AA or AARP. AAA's for me is I could easily become an arrogant, aggressive asshole with this kind of stuff. Trying to abuse it, abuse other people, abuse people's free will, do really bad things. It would be easy to do that, to go into that mode, to become arrogant with all this kind of stuff. And I would consider that a weakness and something I always have to watch out for, because it would be so easy, and it is easy, to become arrogant, and that's dangerous. An aggressive asshole also. It's easy to fall into that trap. So it's something I'd rather just take a step forward and try to stay on the positive. But when these sort of things happen, it's easy to fall into that trap of becoming an arrogant, aggressive asshole. It's a trap. So it's something that I honestly have to watch out for, because I've fallen into it a few times, and it's not a fun thing. It's not a good thing at all. And I'll talk about maybe that in the future, but it's something to watch out for. So, delusional, crazy, probably, maybe, hopefully. I hope I am. Because again, if that sort of thing is real, like with the meteors happening like that, what happens, say you get angry and you want a really big one, what happens then? Is it real or not? So maybe it's delusional and I'm crazy. So, and I really do like to think that I am, and that none of this is real, because if it's real, it's scary, because I'm still human. I'm still like everybody else. So it's a bit scary on that, thinking about that side, but it's always something to watch out for, is turning into an arrogant, aggressive asshole.